Welcome to the November Methodology virtual meeting coming to you from the International Institute of Genealogical Studies, found at genealogicalstudies.com. And I am Cheryl Levy, and we are going to spend the next little bit talking about something in your methodology courses. And so every month we have a virtual meeting, or a small group mentoring session is probably a better description of what it is. It's a chance to come and find out some new resources or additional resources to your courses that are going to help you in your research. And we try to find information, websites that are going to help you. And even if you're not in that course any longer, we all need to know about methodology, right? And things that we should be using and can be using in our research projects. So just a quick little chart is the recommended course order, but also it's all the courses that are in the methodology program, and that is the foundation of all of our certificate programs. So today I'm going to focus on creating locality guides. Now, this is not a specific course yet. We never know what's going to be coming in the future, but we have it in 6 of our courses, has information about creating a locality guide and how you should be doing that, and what that particular course is talking about, and then adding things to your locality guide. So what is a locality guide? It's just a list of references and resources for a certain location. And we have lots of places that we research, and some of them we don't research all the time. Some you're going to be very familiar with. As soon as something comes in, or you're researching somebody in your family history, you know right where to go, you know which collection you're going to look at, you know what database you're going to look at, which census, all of those things. But some locations we don't go to as often. And so when we go back, you're going to be, oh, what was that website I went to? That was so good. I don't remember. Did I bookmark it? Where is that bookmark? And then you spend all this time trying to figure out where you were before. So if you start a locality guide, which can just be a Word document, it doesn't have to be fancy. It's just some place where you keep all of the resources that you have for that location, and where you found, great information, special collections. You're going to keep it all in one place, in one document that you can go back to when you have researched there again, or you're going to pick up your research and go back and find it again. And so this is a topic that is one that we need to be implementing for the locations that we do our research. And so these are just the courses, and you can take a screenshot of it if you want. These are all the courses and which module in those courses that talk about locality guides. And then, of course, the last one is organizing a one-place study, which is studying a certain location. And so having a list of resources for that location specifically is going to help you to then break down all the places you want to look for that location of your research. Okay, so our ancestors had maps when they went on their journeys, right? I mean, you can't just, set sail and hope you get to the place that you want to go. You have to have a plan. You have to have it set out. So what do we do when we have a question? Then we're like a detective, and we have to start thinking, okay, where am I going to look to investigate the answers for this question? Well, the first thing we're going to do is Google, right? Everybody goes to Google, and it sometimes covers up your compass. Sometimes we just go to Google and we forget about the things that we had set forth in our plan. We get off track down rabbit holes and we're off our research plan. That's why you should have a plan first, and then you go and look for the things that are on your plan. And then you're not going willy-nilly everywhere and getting off track. So if you want to look at a certain location, then you're going to have to do a deep dive into what is available for that location. And yes, you do use Google. And I used Google to start to prepare for this presentation. Okay, and just before I go off into Google, I'm just going to make a reminder here that as we're doing this and as we're looking for resources, we are going to evaluate what we find, and we're going to look for original records if we can, or derivative records that are going to help give us clues, and published uh, resources as well. And then we're going to look for that information and we're going to evaluate, and does it answer our research question? And we want to stay on track. And so as we're gathering from all these different resources, we're still wanting to evaluate what we find, and we're still going to follow the GPS. And the very first part of the GPS is a reasonably exhaustive search. So how do you know if you have done a reasonable exhaustive search of a location if you don't have a location guide made? Right? And so this is going to help you to meet your GPS. You're going to, if you have a research in a certain location, these are all the resources. Did I check them? Did I check the census? Did I check the vitals? Did I check that special collection at the Genealogy Society that they did on pioneer settlers? Did I check all of those things on my list of where I have found really great information and where I need to check again? Okay, and then you're going to do your citations, right, for where you found it as you're gathering all of this. And then you're going to analyze it, correlate it, resolve your conflicts, and then write a soundly reasoned, coherently written conclusion. But to do that, we are going to have to go out and make that list. Now, I am going to switch here, and I am going to go to my websites that I have up. Okay, and here we go. Okay, so this is just from the Institute's websites. This is a list of all the courses, and I just want to show that for the methodology courses, it's there, or any other courses that you have. Okay, so I went to Google, and so I put in genealogy locality guide. That's what I was looking for, right? Now they have this new thing on Google where AI gives you an overview, and don't skip past it, read it. And so it's saying that it is a central document that compiles crucial research information in specific genealogical areas like a county, state, or country. And I really like that. I like that definition, and that it saves you time because you have all of those things together. Now, I could just go and slip down now and start looking at all the websites that Google has pulled up for me to check out. But what I'm going to do is click show more. And when you do that, look what treasures you find. There is a video from Family Locket on something I didn't think about, using AI to update an existing locality guide. Now, that was something I don't use AI a lot. I'm still deciding if I want to trust it or not, and that's just an honest opinion. It is a tool. It is not your personal genealogy assistant that's going to do the research for you. It is not. It has not taken your courses. It does not know what it is to do to be a genealogist. But it is going to help you. It is a tool. So if you put that in and you put in your resources for a certain location, it could find another one that you were unaware of. And so this is a good idea to check it. And so this video is not very long, and you can just watch that there. Okay, now if I keep going down, it's going to give me a few tips on what to include in a genealogy guide, how to use it, and then another video with Lisa Listen, and she is showing how she makes a location guide. And then you can dive even deeper. But I was just going to go on, and then I started finding websites. But don't overlook the little hints that Google will give you, the AI assistant there. Um, it's just there to help you. And it's just an overview. Okay, so then the first website that I went to is on Legacy Tree. Okay, and this is a website that is for genealogists. And this was for how to create locality guides for genealogy research. And if you scroll down on it, and I can put that link in the chat so that you have it, or if you're watching the recording, you can see it at the top of the screen. But if you're here live, then you have the link there to click on. Okay, so you can just scroll down and it explains what is a locality guide, why you would want to do that, what should be included, examples. I love putting maps in my locality documents, keeping track of that, databases, what kind of records are available, tips, and the conclusion. So this was a really good article just to give you an overview of creating a genealogy locality guide, and it is put out by Legacy Tree Genealogists. So you know it's going to be good. So that was my first one to share. The next one is one I just love. And this is Genealogy Pants. This is Kari Taplin, and she has a blog, and blogs are a great place to find resources. And make sure that you're following blogs from a lot of different areas, a lot of different topics. And this one, she did a series on creating locality guides. And if you go to the top of the webpage up here with the little search bar, or here in the search bar right here, and just type in locality guides, it will give you a list of all of her, whoops, I clicked on that one, just hang on. It will give you a list of all of her blog posts that she did in a series on locality guides, and there's 13 of them. And so they have a lot of information in them, and she goes through them all, and they're tagged locality guides, and they're right here in a folder. And so go there and check that out. And I'm going to give you that website as well. And she gives awesome examples of how to do that and what she included in hers. Now, she did another series that I really like, and it was a series on county histories. And that would be something else that would also be good for your locality guide, because it would break it down and give you backgrounds, and you need background information. And so that could be added to your locality guides, like when the first settlers came, when it was incorporated, when the boundaries changed, all of those different things that you need to have in your locality guide. And then it's all in one place. And you don't have to go keep looking for information. It's all in the same place. Okay, so I'm just going to close some of these tabs. The next one I have is another website, and I'll put this in the chat. And this is called Location, which is, a real estate term, but it's true for us too. Location really matters. And so creating a research locality guide, and she gives some tips and things to include, like when was the town founded, where was it located, were there any natural disasters? You would want to know that. It did an epidemic go through, and there was a lot of people that died, and that's why there's so many in the cemetery for that year. And so it just a lot. And she shows how you can just break it down. And in that, you can have links to where you found it, like a library or an archive. So you can put links right in your research guide so that it takes you to those specialty collections and databases as you're doing research. Where are the cemeteries? We want to know how many cemeteries were there. It's not just the churches. There's lots of private cemeteries. Where are they all located? And then you'd have, of course, a link to the Find a Grave website for that cemetery. And, you would want to have that so you can quickly look for somebody. And so it just goes through histories again, background, and where she found information, and then a summary at the end. So this was another good website. And so when you Google it and put blog or genealogy, put other keywords in there, put the location in so that it'll come up and you'll be able to find more information. Now, what is an example? So here's an example. Genealogy societies, historical societies, libraries, academic libraries, these are all places that make locality guides right on their website. And so this is one from the Pinellas Genealogy Society that's in Florida, and they also have really good webinars. And so I always check back to this website. And so this is an example of the research guide. And so it just gives a little blurb here about it. And then you can download it. So if I click here, you can download it all in one place for that location. And it makes it really easy. And then you just put it in your folder or bookmark it, but put it in your folder. And then you have it right on your computer. And what's the advantage of that? Having a PDF, you can search for keyword. You can search for surnames. You can search for locations, for towns, for events, and look through it quickly and find out where there are resources for those topics. And so that was the guide, and I'm just going to get the link out for that. And again, it's on the top of the website if you're watching the recording. Okay, and so that is an example of a genealogy society making their own locality guide. Okay, here is a research guide for maps. And this is maps that are created or in the holdings of the University of Montana in this library. And they have created a guide for just maps. And so if you're looking for specific maps for that area for your research, this is a great This is a great resource. And so be sure to watch for libraries, academic libraries. This is an academic one, and see it's under map research. It's under special collections, research guides. If I clicked on research guides, it would give me all of the different ones. And I'm just going to click there and then by topic. And so it's going to give you, there's 110 guides on here. And some of them are for just the students, but some of them are African American Studies Research Guide, Art Research Guide, Asian studies, business, it just all different topics. They're not all going to be genealogy, but some of them will. And so look down. Maybe you're writing your family history. Here's a creative writing research guide. And so checking the research guides on libraries, academic libraries, archives is a really good source to add that to um, your locality guide as you're creating it. And go check other maps websites as well, and then put in the location that you're researching. Okay, so I'm just going to close these. The next one is family search. We want to go to family search and we want to go to the research wiki. How do you do that? You sign in with a free account. You go to search. Then you go down to Research Wiki. And when you click that, this window comes up and then you put in your location. So I'm going to put in, I don't know, let's put in something different. Let's go Florida. Okay, so I'm going to go Florida, United States genealogy. But look, it's got all these other topics. I could go on, but I'm going to go to the main one. Okay, and so this will give you their research guide to searching in Florida for different topics. And as you scroll down, you're going to see a map that you can click on. But notice on the side here, they have all of these topics. They have record types. They have different background histories, gazetteers, maps, periodicals, different cultural groups. And so you can go through here and find information for your research. And you can do it for the whole state or province where you are, or county. And here's all the counties. And so I can, oh, look, they have a Levy County. I didn't know that. That's funny. That's my surname. Okay, so if I click there, and so I go to Levy County, Florida, that's cool. And I can see what they have for that county. And so it gives you all kinds of dates for when marriage, birth, death, vitals, land, probate, census, record loss. That is important. It says no known ones for this one. Boundary changes, populations for cities, timelines, other links to cemeteries, great cemeteries, and census records. It just gives you so much information. And you say, well, why don't I just use the research wiki as my research guide? You could, but you're going to find other things that aren't here. And so you want to use both. And so you would have a link to this in your guide, and you would check out all of the links that are on here. It just keeps going. Maps and gazetteer, military records, and look, it's for the Civil War, World War I, World War II. It just goes on and on with information just about that county that you're going to want to know. Now you can print this page, and this is what I do sometimes is I print to a PDF that keeps the live links, and then I have it right on my computer or right in my folder for that county. And then when I open that PDF, I can click on it. Now the disadvantages is if they update those, then I need to be aware of that. So you need to check back once in a while. but that's a quick way to have it right with you. And there's more websites, all different websites that are going to be genealogy related, and then some references. And these are books that maybe you're going to be able to get. Maybe they're on Internet Archive, and you can go and find them. And so going to Family Search is really going to help you to see what's available at the time periods for the location that you're researching. So Family Search, Ricky, is your friend. Okay, so what if you are in the UK? So this is another one that is really good for creating a locality guide for your research. And this is Genuki. So it's genealogy in the United Kingdom and Ireland. And what's cool about this is that it's very simple to use. And so I can go right away and I can go and choose my location and say I choose Scotland. Okay. So I'm going to go there. It's going to open up, hopefully not too slow, but it's going to open up and there's going to be a map. And I can click on that map and I can go down, I can drill down to the counties and the districts. And each time I click, it's going to give me a list of available records for that location with links even to them. And it goes to family history centers that have created all kinds of collections that are up on the internet for you. And so, you know, maybe you don't have, I don't have a subscription to Find My Past because I'm not doing a lot of UK research right now, but some of them, they've transcribed the whole register, you know, different societies. And so look at all the topics, similar to Family Search. You have your topics on the sides, and you can just click in. So this is for all of Scotland, but I can click into each one of these. So say I want it to go to Fife. So I can go to Fife, and when I click there, it's going to break it down to just show me what is in Fife. And so it's going to still give me all of these things. Look at this: poor houses, poor law, occupations, immigration, cemeteries, all kinds of different things. Gazetteers, folklore. That would be cool to add to your history. And so here is Fife. And so these are all the ones that are for Fife. And so let's click on gazetteer. Okay. And you can see it goes down. So it has where is Fife, a little background. The gazetteers are available at the National Library of Scotland. You can also get information on British history online. There's one that you can get at Google Books, and it just gives you a list of things that you can find. Genealogy. So here's the Fife Family History Society and the Tay Valley Family History Society. And so go there and see what kind of collections they have and what is available. And was there something special there that maybe I didn't know about that my ancestor may have been part of? And I was not aware of that. Heraldry, and it's alphabetical. And so in the big list, you can just click it and it'll take you there, or you can click this arrow and it takes you right back up to the top where you've got all of your topics again. And so this is a really good resource for UK and Ireland research. Okay, so that's one to check out. And I did not put that in. So it's Genuki, genuki.org.uk. Okay, and so then I'm going to go to the next one, which is the Library of Congress. And this is a free website, and it's for the United States, but there may be some other places included as well. And it has research guides for local history and genealogy, and it has specific guides for each state. And so let's do Florida again. So if I click on the Florida one, it's going to give me an introduction. It's going to show me, um, and you have to go down here, the digital collections, related resources, external websites, and print the biography of what they use. So let's just look external websites because you want to know where all you can find information. So here's the digital collections. They got sheet music. Maybe your ancestor was a composer. Books, general resources, and so these might be different websites and resources than on the other Florida one that was in the Family Search Wiki. So you want to check a lot of different websites to gather what is available. Okay, and then I'm going to close those two. Then this is one that I like to use. It gives you a little different flavor, and it's called The Ancestor Hunt. And it's theancestorhunt.com. And you can go in here, you can search here, and I put in British Columbia as a location in Canada, and it will give you all of the posts that he made about British Columbia. So look at this one. 992 free online British Columbia collections available in 6 record categories. That's something I'm going to look at if I'm doing British Columbia research. So I click on it, and so then when you scroll down, you will see that he makes it into links. Sometimes he has a PDF that you can download. This one doesn't, but sometimes it does. But he has broken it down into categories. And so newspapers, obituaries, uh, BMDs are birth, marriage, death records, photos, yearbooks, directories, and he has information about that. But if you didn't put a certain location here, you can go resources here, by location, and then it's going to give you this page, which has a little map of US and Canada, and then you can go by state, and let's stick with Florida today. So if I go Florida and I click it, look at all the things that he has about Florida. And so just lots and lots of information. Let's choose cemetery records. Okay, so here is cemetery records in Florida, and just lots of links where to look by county. It just has a lot. He has a lot of information that he has created here and gathered for us to use for free. And yes, little ads will pop up. That's okay because that's how they pay for their website so that they can keep it free and offer it to us. And so don't get annoyed at little ads. And so theancestorhunt.com is another website to check. Okay, so um, that was a quick overview of creating a locality guide. And I am just quickly going to go back to our slideshow. Okay. And we were doing to make sure that you followed the GPS. Okay. Just a quick note I want to add before I let you go today is if you haven't been on our in our courses recently, we did add the Latin course, which is compulsory, and that you can order through the store and the printed material. But we've also wanted to announce that we've created a book, a textbook that goes along with this course. And if you pre-order it now, I think till the end of November, you'll get a 10% discount, and you can get that handy little book. Now, this won't teach you how to speak Latin and be fluent in Latin. It is for genealogists to help you with going through the records that contain Latin in the records. Okay, if for any reason you need help with Latin or other things or any of your courses, you can always book a 30-minute consultation, or even if you're stuck on your own research project, you can book it, and that's through the store. Okay, so that is what I have for you for today for the methodology virtual meeting. Thank you for coming, and I will say goodbye for today. And this was the methodology virtual meeting for November from the International Institute of Genealogical Studies at genealogicalstudies.com. Good luck, and I hope that you begin creating locality guides for the areas where you are doing your research, and you'll be surprised how useful it is. Thank you.